June 29th. June 29th is a really big day. There's a lot happening today. The first thing, we have a full moon coming in at 8 degrees of Capricorn. We also have Mercury retrograding, and we also have Jupiter moving into Leo today. Those are three really big things that we want to pay attention to. The moon is in Capricorn. The sun is going to be over in Cancer. So now we have this axis ping-ponging between Cancer and Capricorn, back and forth, back and forth. This outer world of prestige and recognition and who am I in the public eye versus the inner world and how am I taking care of that? How am I showing up in my home space? And there's this ping-ponging back and forth between the two. Where the moon is where you really want to do your emotional work. And so the moon is in Capricorn. So now it's this idea of who am I in the public eye? And how does that feel on an emotional level? What are the goals that I'm working towards? Where am I striving to reach something? What is this mountain that I'm climbing on? Because it's a full moon, something within that arena has come to fruition. And it's sort of time to be let go of or be brought out into the world so that we don't hold it to ourselves anymore. Look in your own chart where 8 degrees of Capricorn lands. Look at what house it lands in. And that is the area of life, whatever house it lands in, that is having these ideas around successes, achievements, aspirations being reached because we've done the heavy lifting, because we've put in the effort, the hard work. Usually around full moons, we can feel really emotional. Everything feels heightened, but a full moon in Capricorn, she's not comfortable in Capricorn because the moon wants to emote and express feelings and emotions. And Capricorn is not about that. Capricorn is about how can I be productive and what can I do? How can I use these feelings to my benefit are really the questions coming in here. And also the sun is saying, hey, don't forget your family. Don't forget your home base. Remember to find equilibrium and balance between your public life, AKA your work, your career, your profession, and showing up on the home base. There has to be this balance between the two. A Capricorn's born between December 28th and January 1st. This one's landing right on your head. You're going to feel this the most. And a full moon in Capricorn can be a little bit tricky for Aries and a little bit tricky for Libra, especially Aries born between March 27th and April 1st, and the Libras born between September 30th and October 4th. So Aries and Libras, I invite you to turn towards your Capricorn friends and learn from them because there is wisdom to be had there. And then at the same time, we have Mercury going retrograde today. He'll retrograde from 26 degrees of Cancer, and he'll go back until 16 degrees of Cancer. Plug this into your chart and see what area of life this retrograde is happening in. Cancers, pay attention. If your birthday is between July 7th and July 21st, you're going to feel this particular retrograde the strongest because it's on top of your sun and it's pulling energy backwards from your sun, the essence of who you are. So Mercury retrograde in Cancer, we are pausing, hopefully. There's a slowing down. There is a paying more attention to the details. And there's an emotional undercurrent with this Mercury retrograde because it's in a very emotional sign. And so emotional Cancer, conversations, Mercury, of the past retrograde could come up to the surface to be worked through. We are repondering, revisiting, reassessing, rehashing. I mean, just basically put RE before any word. That's what a retrograde asks us to do. It's a more inward energy. Some people say like, oh, we don't want to make plans during a Mercury retrograde. You don't want to sign any important paperwork during a Mercury retrograde. I disagree. I have signed very important paperwork under Mercury retrogrades. It just, if you have the mindfulness and the awareness, that is the helpful part. If you remember, oh, Mercury's in retrograde, I better read this 3 times instead of reading the fine print just once. I better not skip over anything. I have to really pay attention to these details, then go for it. But it is a more emotional Mercury retrograde where we are revisiting the past, conversations of the past, and it all has to do with the topics that are in your, wherever Cancer lands in your particular chart. And Cancers, yes, it will affect you the most. And then on the same day, we have Jupiter, who has been in Cancer for a year now, finally moving into Leo. Leos, this is your sign to celebrate. June 29th at 10:52 p.m., Jupiter is moving into Leo, and wherever Jupiter lands, whatever sign he's going through, he is blessing that sign. So Leos, it's time for you to celebrate and party for the rest of 2026, even going into 2027. You're the lucky ones for the rest of the year. Jupiter is passing over your sun sign. And Leos, pay attention. I really want you not to let this opportunity pass you by. And so before June, I invite you to write a letter to Jupiter, if you will. Jupiter, he is just waiting to gift you the life of your dreams, the miracles on your heart, opportunities, open doorways, blessings, Leos. He just needs you to be clear on what it is you want to call in for yourself. So this is a really big opportunity. The Leos, get really clear on what it is that you want to create in your life, what you want to call in your life, because now is the chance. Jupiter wants you to thrive and wants you to level up and wants you to have abundance and indulgence. The bigger the ask, the better. The more extravagant the ask, the better. Jupiter does not play small. And those of us who have our moon is in Leo, there's going to be emotional abundance coming to you. Maybe your rising sign is Leo. Hi. There's going to be expansion in some form coming to you. If you have personal planets in Leo, sun, moon, or rising, Mercury, Venus, or Mars, there's blessings headed your way. And we want to pay attention to that so that we don't let it pass us by. We know what we're asking for and what we are intending to come in, and we open up our hearts to receiving during that time. If you were born with your Jupiter in the sign of Leo, you are coming up on your Jupiter return, which only happens once every 12 years. That's a really big deal. So you have to pay attention to that. It truly is like the miracles of your heart coming true and this opportunity for abundance, growth, leveling up. It's a really expansive time for all things Leo in your chart. And then you can also see what area of life is being blessed with this by seeing where Leo lands in your own chart. All right, you guys, enjoy. Thanks for watching.